John Deere in here, and it is in for a valve job. It doesn't look like it's been opened before, but it could have been opened before. We were scoping the inside of the engine block, looking for any anomalies. We are still getting a little oil on the lens there yet, so, and I got it all over my Asus Zen book here as well. Every evening, oh yeah. Oh. The mosquitoes are flying around. It is literally 67 degrees here in the Northeast, and mid-December, or sorry, mid-November. I'm jumping ahead a month already. This is 1200 grit. This is just what I use to clean up the ends on my chisels. I do not like splitting valve covers or cases. And when I do, though, I try to be gentle, and I go in from a corner where there is a I try to put the flat side to the head, so that way you're not damaging that area. Actually, it does look like maybe it was. It doesn't look like yeah, that looks factory. I can't tell. Usually it's black RTV, but what we're going to be looking for is down in there. We're going to be looking to see if we can see the top of the cam gear. Not pulling a whole lot out of here. What's happening is a very hard to start scenario. So you have one or two things, and we've already determined that it's a compression, high compression. What happens is sometimes these guys can get out of whack a little bit, and they make it impossible for the starter to turn. This is 310 cold cranking amps, so I should say 250 cold cranking amps. Cranking amps is 250, which may be a little bit too small. And what I'm looking for is the Detent, which I don't see. Yeah, I don't see the detent occurring. There should be a small rock that occurs to relieve some of that pressure before going into the full shebang. So what we'll have to look at is whether or not we see it at all, and then go from there. My guess is the spring came off on this. I don't want to open it up yet, but these valves look like they're very well within spec, and like I said, I just didn't see the detent in there, so these are a pull them all the way out type of scenario. And then I guess I'll probably have to get my angled guy out and get in the back there. And even though this is sleeping, we'll pull this inside so it doesn't get rained on. It starts pouring. Not sure what I did with my bar magnet last night, but one thing that I did notice was when I was stirring this slurry of oil, it did look like there's a little bit of metal in it. So we'll try to look at the cam gear, see if you can see the cam lobes, cam gear. Look at that hole in my pocket. Oh, Evie. And see if you can see damage to the detent, which is what I'm guessing right now is probably the issue. It's a problem. And it's, in my opinion, Briggs and stratton, Briggs and Kraken, they need to come up with a better solution. And dang it, if I can't find that stupid little bar magnet, I must have taken it upstairs. But let's see, and just stir it up and find maybe another flashlight and shine down in there. And it has some juice. I'm walking in circles already in the morning, stepping on stuff, but you can't see without the bar magnet. So let me find a guess I took that bar magnet upstairs like a dodo, and it was one of the only ones that I hadn't glued down yet. The other ones I've glued to my station here so that I can stick stuff to it. And I ordered a bunch more. I hope they're the same size. Let's see if we can get the same result out of this little guy on the end of I don't know if you can see the metallic in it, but there's quite a bit of metallic in that. Trying to see if I can. The bar magnet really showed a much better demonstration of that metal in your oil. I mean, you'll get some metal in your oil, but that seems like a pretty heavy concentrated amount based on past experience. So we're going to drain that pan before I spill it on the ground somewhere in here, and we'll pull the valves out here and see if we can scope down in there. So someone else already pulled the spark plug, because I didn't do that, but we're going to pull it all the way out. If I can find my sockets, which are probably in the back of the exploder. In the interim, maybe we can get lucky with an extension. I'm going to socket that's on my bench. Or at least I got something else. I really wish that I could get that country cutter out of here, because it is definitely in my way now. Something else too you need to look at. Wheel. Then we got enough oil on it. That's a little weird. So hear that? What is that? Is that the... just a belt? Let's pull the belt off, because that belt could be adding some extra noise. Yeah, that belt's just adding some extra noise, that's all. So what we're looking for is it isn't there. So is it just that we're at a whack far enough? I felt it. Maybe not. Yep, there's no double tap. So what I suspect is that the cam's bad, or the detent switch. mechanism. So let's see if I'm smacking my feet on that thing 100 times. Show you on this guy here. So there's supposed to be a lever here, and that's supposed to be spring loaded. And what happens is that rides just above the lobe, so that when your push rod is coming around, it bumps that up just a little bit. And you can see on this one kind of the wear line where it was wearing at. So just ever so slightly, and then as this speeds up, that cam gear or that little detent mechanism slides out, and you can't buy just the cam gear, or I mean the detent mechanism. Here, this actually is probably no. At least not that I recall. You had to buy a whole cam gear with the detent on it, and you take a I don't know, a 20-minute job, which should be, you know, the case for adjusting valves out so that you don't have the hard start situation. And he turned it into a 2-hour rendezvous just because. But what I would like to do is pull the push rods here, and easiest way to do that is do it while there's intake's always going to be lighter usually, depending on if you're in a V-twin setup. If you're in a V-twin setup, usually they're the same on both sides if you're in a V-twin. There we go. Should be right there. You kind of feel it grinding. That's that intake. So let's run up, grab the laptop, see if we can go down through there. Valves are adjusted out to where they're supposed to be on this thing. And this is a problem with the Briggs and Strattons primarily or specifically. So there's no detent. The battery is fully charged, and I'll charge that. I actually let it charge overnight. He's got a Duralast battery in it, 250 cold cranking amps, and I believe, if I remember, I mean, he worked for Deca, and I'm pretty sure he told me he just bought this battery very recently. I suspect, and I probably said this to begin with, that we have the infamous, I know, as I was saying, we'll just bring this over to the table. And there's just a cheap plastic one out of some type of Briggs and Kraken unit that I had somewhere. Hey, look, there's a shell in there. I don't know what that was. Probably a snail or a crab or something. Let's see if I can find stuff that I stuffing. That's what I should call myself, stuffing. So just call me mix stuffing. We're gonna put this battery charger there on that anyways. What I was hoping to see, and the unfortunate part is, even with my camera, I can't really get back as far as I need to. And I'm sure you can look this up somewhere. I gotta find the other part. Well, we won't know until I tear it apart, but I suspect there is a detent spring on a mechanism for your intake, which sits in there this way. So as this spins in a slow motion, the detent pushes on the intake lobe or tappet. Let's see if I got a tappet in here. We got some valves, and I probably threw, I don't usually hang on to the tappets, but the tappet goes in between the bottom of the push rod with a flat edge here. Actually, there's a flat edge on here, flat discus, similar to a valve almost, but this, shorter, and hangs out the top of the crankcase a little bit, and then this would rest on a little cup on the inside of this, and then as this spins, it opens and closes your valve on the other end, sort of like this. And yeah, we could draw some pictures. Well, we like drawing pictures, so we'll update our board here while we're at it. And I know these are, you can find this crap all over the internet anyway, so don't need me to necessarily draw pictures. Here's some bulbs that Awful Zone told me that I needed, and they weren't the right bulbs. So even though I told them exactly what I needed, so we're looking, even if it's this cam gear, which operates off the bottom of the crank or the top of the crank, depending on what kind of engine it is, I guess. You have a valve tappet. It has a little tiny cup in it. And that valve tappet operates by the cam lobe from your cam shaft. And there is and even on these, you can kind of see there's a little throw out. And what that does is it offers a little bit of a decompression mechanism. So it bumps it up just a tiny bit to go ahead and release some of that pressure off of the valve push rod. Where'd that push rod go? Did I drop it? I dropped the push rod off your push rod, which touches a rocker arm that is loaded by a spring, and that rocker arm then operates your valve to open and close. I should say this is your stud, this is your spring, and the valve goes up and down as this rotates in whatever direction it's rotating in. So nothing like the post-nasal drip. Today's broken shit. I guess we can probably up this way so the clipper's not here anymore. First things first, let's pull the battery. What? These have gotten out of control too. As you can see, $10mm. You know, some days that 10mm really sneaks up on you. And there's no way that I don't have one that's not loose rolling around. I was trying to give two viewing points today, but I can't find the tripod for my Canon camera. I do like that Canon, but and I charged it up just to entertain, and of course we got two opposite size why wouldn't we have two opposites? We have two different size screws or bolts here, right? Well, lovely. So, in an effort to simplify things, I think, though, I'll find what I need to find. It'd be nice if they put the quick connect in that too. And let's pull. Sometimes, yeah. They need to have 2 arms for that. And be nice if they had a disconnect on this too. I mean, I put the disconnect on the other wires, but not on that wire. So don't lose it. Like that. Harness is gonna come off on that anyways. Let's get the clamps out. Ooh, my back. Chicken shoulder. Thing really did have a lot of oil blowing all over the place. Pretty well hazed. This is interesting too. Set that down there. And I already know that if I don't pull the oil filter, I'm gonna have an extra few ounces spewed out on the ground. And to draw, yeah, there. I don't want to fill that up. That son of a biscuit. Who does that? Who leaves oil in the oil filter or in the oil pan? All done. Oh my god, that guy's cooked on there anyways. Fond of red. Oh no, not another drop. To move this guy out of the way so when I'm running over here, I'm not tripping over it. Radio edit. That's how I treat my tools. You see? It's nice, isn't it? It's nice. Same thing with over here. Clear out a small rat path. There is somewhere down here. I went to Awful Zone with my daughter last weekend after replacing the tie rod ends. And yeah, it's good. Where's the other half of that before I lose it and never find it again? Oh, too late. Come on. Oh, my knee. There it is. Yeah, Awful Zone. I told him I needed a 7441, and that's what he gave me, was a 7440. So, since I'm going into Rifton today anyway, I am going to take that with me and return it, because I will never use a 7440 ever. You don't have to pull the wiring harness. You can bring it over to the bench with you. There's no reason to pull the wiring harness really until you start tearing it apart. So honestly, I think I'm gonna leave it in there. I don't know why. I was bored, I guess. I don't know. You do need to disconnect your throttle cable, your choke cable. We have a separate choke cable. This one doesn't require me to remove the muff can too, so that's kind of nice. Some of them require you to remove the muff can. It's an 8mm on that, if you didn't know. And your throttle cable is not an 8mm probably. I don't remember. It's been a minute since I pulled one of these completely apart. It is an 8mm. And honestly, before I start yanking on that too much, I guess we can save ourselves some time. So later when you're like, where did my throttle cable go? You can just, you'll probably need a slight adjustment anyways, but at least it'll get you in the ballpark. Sometimes you get lucky and get it all the way out without. There you go. Clear, clear, clear. And then the next thing I need to do, you need to pull the belt off. You can take the bolts off first, doesn't matter if you have a PTO. This one does not, but you can put it in an upward position usually and slip the belt off here, or vice versa. So we're just slipping the belt off, and this one you're going to have to pull the PTO as well, because I don't think you can fit the Sorry for putting it right in there. Yeah, you gotta pull the PT, or you gotta pull the blah blah blah. You have to pull the pulley. Yeah, gotta pull the pulley. So, and you know, kind of, I'll be dragging that with you. I'm pulling the wiring harness just because I can. I know I started to do this. Well, that'll be the screw I lose. You got part of your wiring harness out. And you don't need this anymore. Hopefully I unplugged it. Pile that into the debris pile. And you can, if you have a jack, you can put it on a jack. If you don't have a jack, you don't have to put it on a jack. I'm gonna put it on the jack though, because it's easier for me to see what's going on over there. Line my oil filter puller back up. I'll throw this on the seat. The deck. Guys, they can stay there. Good thing the tires are flat on that. And I wanna hit this down all the way on the floor, that's all. Yeah, you're gonna need to remove the front deck pan anyways on this, because you won't be able to get down past that guy out. So remove your front deck pan. This is a D LA 105, so close to the D. Alright. Certain pens I hate. My little fingers are getting too sensitive anymore. Da, 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 da. And da, 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 da. I still may need to still drilling. And it feels like 1.5 inch or 3/4. I may have to jack it up to get the impact under it. I just hate lugging this thing around because it's a little heavy, a little uncumbersome, but I only have a problem trying to get the like 400 or 500 series on this. I guess it's a 400, 495 or whatever I think it is. They're beefy in the front. Got a heavy engine. Hopefully got enough room in here. Yeah, just barely. And probably pull this out of here now. Set that to the side where I can step on it later. It's almost on there. And then see if we can bounce it up. Oh, there we go. Try not to take it up too high so your deck brackets don't get too much stress on it. Don't keep it up there too long, as even though it's supposed to have enough rigidity on that, Lord knows it doesn't. It's going to be a standard. No, I got probably not the right size. 5/8. I think it's smaller than 5/8, but all my tools are in the. All my tools are out there, aren't they? Nope, there's this guy. I do believe that it is 1/2 inch though. Well, double check. Hmm. That is a no-go. That's what I don't like hearing early in the morning. Is brrrr. Yeah, should get a better impact this weekend. Cordless impact. Yeah, wrong unit. Sorry, loud noise coming in hot. And you can feel the drive belt hanging on up there too. And slide that out over drive belt. And I know it's probably not the best view. And those are not 5/8. Those are, I believe, an inch. Or 9/16. 9/16 would be more realistic. And nope. What the metric? That's right. Let's see. 15 millimeter. Where'd it go? 15 there. I had to, because the horrible freight set up there. I think it's 15 millimeter, right? Let's see. Yep. 15 millimeter up in there. Let's see if I have a long enough extension to go ahead and these usually can bust out with a regular impact as well, but or cordless impact today. Let's see for because just throw this over there anyways, and I can kneel on something. Oh, for a little padding. Well, excuse me. Coffee is backfiring. Oh, look, there's a 15 there. So let's do this. Let's put you back on here. And let's take, I saw it. I done saw a proper extension somewhere there. Oh, baby. Well, this isn't going to work very well either, so. Especially since I can't find. Oh, right there. That was. Oh. Ow. That's why you kneel on your knee pad and not on your knees. And just an FYI, we'll roll back if it has the ability to. Yeah. Ah, you little biscuit. Always that one guy at the party. That's it. Yeah, go over there with the Harley Davidson. Always one guy at the party. Here's the extension I was looking for, huh? All this for entertainment, huh? Let's see if I have. You know, that's going to provide enough torque. I should probably put that. Ah. Ah. Come on, disgusting. Disgusting. Just not enough gumption. So, all right, Gomer. Yeah. So, that's that. Let's make sure we got all 4 bolts. And the last one's holding in there. And move your tools, move your spindle. Drop it on the spindle. That deck belt looks pretty well tore up too. It'll do the job, but we'll say something to them. And now, make sure your path is clear to your destination. Make sure your cables are all disconnected. Should be able to, don't pick it up by the carburetor, right? And make your dash over to the bench. Like I said, still gonna be some oil flopping out of there. And my girlfriend came over here. That's nice of her. I go ahead and unplug my lights and stuff for the bench here so that she could have Halloween decoration lights. That's nice. Thank you. Much appreciated. Hey. Oh, look, all my 2-stroke gaskets are on the ground there. Go figure. Lord, I'm just asking for a bigger garage, that's all. I don't think that's a whole lot, is it? A warehouse still wouldn't be big enough, would it? Not even that fat, goddamn. How'd you like that view? Right down in there. All right. So I probably should just put some rags down anyways, but here's something rattling around in there. That is not good. Not sure what I heard rattling in there, but I heard something rattling in there. Okay. Let's see. Those are 1/2 inch probably. Of course I don't have the 1/2 inch on there. And you know you're not gonna have it in that size. That's the way life goes. There's a 1/2 inch. Nice, weird, different. I don't think I had to pop the oil cover on this. I think you can find a rubber mallet somewhere or a solid mallet. Give it a crack. I also ordered a, yeah, look at all the oil pumping up over there. That's why I put cardboard down. Yep. Haha. Yep. Figure that much. Now, let's see. I don't want to do this. I don't really want to grab it with that, but my hands are oily and greasy. I can't spin the spindle. Can't spin shite. No, this doesn't matter. It can come right out. That spring, though, that's what we were hearing. Is the let's see. Well, I'm just gonna turn this without. And I'll use my the spark plug is out. I think I better double check. No, it's not. It's not, is it? And take it's easier if you take the spark plug out. Ooh, and not drop all your bolts. Let's find somewhere out of the way, kind of, to set that. And let's yeah, I got my spark plug in there. Dang it. Make sure it doesn't fall off your bench either. And so makes this a lot easier to turn when there's a no spark plug in it. Doo. Yeah, you can see a little bit of metal in that case, but and then hopefully I can turn it a little bit easier. Maybe still not by hand, but just wanted to grab it there, just a little bit. Come on. Something really is dragging in there though, isn't it? Why that feels so draggy? Yep, there it is. Yes. You know what? Briggs and Stratton, no wonder you bankrupted. I mean, you know what? And Briggs and Stratton. And John Deere, shame on you for putting Briggs and Stratton in your unit. You know, he's lucky there wasn't further damage. You know what? That's really a shame. Those tappets both move freely. Shot. And that stupid thing. So if you look inside there, I don't know if you can see what we see, but there is a record. I'm used to doing this now, I guess. So up early on a cold Saturday morning here in November, and I'm not sure if you can see the anomaly in there. I guess that's what you would call it, right? Abnormality. Look at this. No wonder it broke off. That is almost unbelievable. And you know what? I already knew what was wrong with this, but I ordered, let's see if I can, I can't even, I don't know if you, I ordered a new cam. Let's see if I got any of these that I didn't glue down yet. Somewhere on here, you got a magnet. A magnet. Well, this isn't what I wanted to use, but my round magnets are gone. All right. Well. You know, you can't make it up. But that there will ruin a $2,000 machine. So the John Deere over here does not have many hours on it. It is roughly 250 hours maybe. And that, in my opinion, is the reason why you should stay away from Briggs and Krackens. They, one of the reasons, it is a very poor design for your cam mechanism, which you can see has broken off there. And thankfully, it didn't cause further internal damages. Now, why they would put a piece of plastic on something like that that gets hot is beyond me. So that's how you destroy a unit, is by putting plastic inside the engine. And everything else looks pretty good down there, but we were doing the record here, so is the light still on? Yep. And we'll just pull the tappets and clean the top of the tappets off. Look at the tappets. That tappet's got a little bit of a nick in it, but I'm not concerned about it. Normally I would replace the tappet and the cam at the same time, but it had so few hours on it, in my opinion, I didn't really see a need to. So there's a little wear on the bottom of that, but it's not excessive. And like I said, the biggest problem is that Briggs and Kracken thinks it's alright to go ahead and put plastic inside a unit like this, and then just lucky that it didn't get stuck up inside the bottom of the piston skirt there and cause even further problems. We're going to turn this, hopefully. Yeah, that's yeah, smart. Yeah, look, and I forgot I had a push rod in there too. You're doper. I think I have both push rods in there, don't I? Yep, I do. I have both push rods in there. So, you know what? We'll stop turning it. I already know what I need to do anyway. So, let's get that tappet out of there before it gets stuck and I don't get it back. And put it back where it belongs. Should really take this engine out and clean it, I guess. There goes out one. See if the other one falls out with it. I'm gonna take them both out, might as well. Ah! You know what? I'm going to. There it's gone. Find my container. Stay. And try to do this without spilling more oil. I'm making myself angry this morning. How far down can I go? So basically, there's a lot of effort for that. And I'll leave it right on the edge of the bench. It's a precarious position to leave it in. I'm confident right there for a second. I don't need to buy another block. So we bought an oil seal for it too, and might as well do the oil seal while you're at it. And hopefully there's no metal debris anywhere. And here's another junk cam. Yep, one more cam to add to the collection. Look, these are all Briggs and Kraken cams, even from that plastic ones there, and a small little guy, a little bit larger one. And yeah, I mean, at least here they welded. They looks like they friction weld or cast, and then machine these out. These guys are so cheap about it. The process is like, yep, blop, and they probably do sell if you called. One more bites the bust. It goes a cracking. So guess I could have probably pulled the gasket first before spraying it all down, but we're gonna have to go back in here and pull this gasket. Normally I would schmutz it, but then if you ever have this happen again, somebody else is gonna be mad at me. So, all right, we're gonna hit the button and then we're gonna go look at the Club Cadetter. I gotta keep an eye on time here because I do have a snowblower repair at 9 o'clock. I said where he needs some rope. I don't know if he needs this rope, if he needs thicker rope. Now I have to dig around for ropes. Finding rope somewhere in here. I throw my rope everywhere. All right. Thanksgiving 2022. We got our did I unplug them? No. Oh, sorry. Well, should really put some gloves on. So these are the wrong gloves. Horrible freight gloves. These are the wrong gloves because they're too small, but I keep forgetting to bring the other box back in from the picky up. Oh, still waiting on a valve seal and still waiting for a valve seal on that, yeah. And I did buy a gasket for I knew a head gasket as well, because the head gasket that he had definitely wasn't going to cut it. These are for my Briggs and Kraken, and hopefully there's enough light. Let me just organize my shelf here. Sorry, come along with me for a minute. I'm trying to get some of this over to the side without losing things. I don't think I'll need that. These are going to be used again for something else. These were tappets out of that, so gotta clean those off real quick. And these are for this setup here as well. Oh, that's how you lose parts. I'm done with the destruction part of most of that stuff, but make sure I got all my bolts in there. Look at our oil pump. I got a, we're gonna have to go ahead. Yeah. Well, we'll use a paper towel. There's no difference, just to show you here, between intake and exhaust for your tappets. It's just usually easier to get one in versus the other. And you can see kind of in the bottom there, I think, where that crank was beaten, or the detent that had broken out of there was beaten against the bottom of the case. And this is a yeah, camshaft 84005207. It was $107 for this, a gasket. And you could RTV it, but I honestly would suggest that if you're going to make the repair, you oh, look, they did give me, I didn't realize they were going to give me new tappets. They gave me new, picture was there, but so that's awfully nice. All right, So they do give you the tappets. And since we have the tappets, I'll reuse the or put new tappets in there. Just make sure that they are same size. And then you could see, like on this one here, had a little bit of a chip in the top of it. So I'm gonna give you a new key for your I'll throw that down there too. For your oil pump. And there's not a whole lot to this, but just make sure it's not broken to begin with. And make sure that your timing mark is lined up with your arrow. That's as simple as that. So I'm trying to get the rest of this gasket off. You probably don't need to hang out with me for that, but gasket remover will help, that's for sure, but usually I can get under these and start scraping. And I don't want to dig into the case either, and try to keep as much of it out of the inside of the crank as possible. Double checking, that's all. Yeah, isn't that shame? So this gets us started. Gets us started. And you want to bottom that seal out in the bottom there. So was it this guy? Yep. Would be nice if I had a flatter, bigger guy. But I do not have a flatter, bigger guy. And the reason I say that is someone will grind my stones about hitting it that way. And I know why. Oh, you know why. You know why. But I don't have anything bigger, do I? I don't have anything bigger, flatter, or anything because this tool set sucks. This is not the proper set, proper kit, proper anything. So I need to find a, look, too big, too small, not fucking big enough. So I'm stuck with what I'm stuck with. I'm just going to crush it and it's all the way down. You need to get the flashlight out to look. I don't think it's all the way down yet. I really wish I had something that fit in there that was bigger and wider, and I knew where my bushing kit was at. I'm bearing a drive kit. Look, I'm gonna step on a pair of glasses there, or even my 1.5 inch. Freaking there it is. Did I push it down too far? I did, and I think it just ruined a seal, didn't I? Yeah, just ruined it. Yep. Try again. Gotta order another one. It's not going to be enough lubrication down there. And it's too far below it. Learn from my mistake. just easier to remove the oil seal. I mean the pump, oil pump. Make sure your governor's in there. Make sure you don't do that because you don't have any room on your bench. Because you got two competing projects going on. Oil your oil seal. Make sure you're lined up on your shaft. Don't want to push too much, but there you go. And then I use the end of a Tecumseh valve seat tool, or I mean fuel tool to just start that seal around there, because if you don't, you'll end up with this. And that is the gist of that. You can put your oil pump back and check your oil pump seal if you want to. It's usually easier to put the gear in. This. Head is killing me. I'll be lucky if I have all that stuff. I am not overly concerned about screws coming back out. I'm more concerned about an oil seal not sealing. And hopefully can find the third and final one in here somewhere amongst this mess. Here it is. Looks like it cooked a little bit. If you want to run those on a wire wheel, you can. Whatever makes you feel pearly inside. I hesitated to replace the oil seal at all. And These are like 10 foot-pounds, 7 to 10 foot-pounds. And we got red Loctite on these. Need a heavier brush. Where's my wire wheel? There it is. Hopefully that doesn't drop out of there, but it probably will. Don't squish the threads. Blew it all up in there, didn't it? Yeah, this is where the fun begins. So, the reason I say that is because some of these will thread in very nicely. Some will not thread in so nicely. And you just want to make sure. It would be nice if doesn't. I don't think the case is sitting all the way down right. So I'm gonna have to go back in and look at the governor, because that's what's got it held up there, I think. Something got it held up. And give it a yep, something's fucking in the way. Thanks, God. Just can't let me fucking get out of that one, can you? And what is... Oh, God. What the fuck? What the fuck? Can't make this shit up. I really can't. Fucking pig. I'm getting fucking pissed. It's fucking not enough room for this type of a fucking project. Thanks, you fucker. You want to rip the gasket while we're at it too? God, I can't fucking make this shit up. This is why you take it to somebody else to do it, right? And make sure you didn't damage your cam gear there, or your governor there. And we'll try this one more friggin' time. What is hitting that wrong? Oh, my head. Still seems like it's hung up on something. I don't know what it is. Just barely see something. Just barely see something hung up there. I have no clue what I'm hung up on. But I guess if I smack it hard enough, maybe I'll break it. To the top of the governor plate. I didn't think it was. But you can definitely see it is not seating at all. And we're going to eventually break this gasket because it keeps popping on and off. How about we stop that? It is down all the way, right? I'm missing something? I don't know. I don't know. I'm missing something down there. Like I said, this gasket's not going to be happy till it's fucking ripped. And now I don't know what it did. In fact, because you have absolutely no fucking room. So is there a piece of metal in there? I couldn't tell. Am I missing a shim? I remember pulling a shim off. Something just doesn't feel fucking right. It's fucking down. It's down, but I don't know. It's down. I don't get it. And yeah. My head is killing me. Something just doesn't seem quite right there. So I don't know what I'm missing or what happened. That's great. That's phenomenal. Sometimes it just does not pay enough to do this crap. Like these. Why are these not? First off. That's nice. Smooth. I'm missing one yet. No clue. No clue what I did with it. But I need it. There's just so much garbage. Garbage, man. Phew. It's a shame. I could have probably used that seal, but whatever. Not worth the risk. Same thing with not worth the risk. Now if you can find that last bolt, which is probably in the bottom of your case or something stupid. I don't know what you just did, what you did with it. What you just did with it. Fucking phenomenal. Oh, nice that I turned this off and it still comes back on, you know? Not the pocket. On the floor. Probably in the bottom of the crankcase here. I can't find shite. Don't need. Oh, shit wants to fall in there. Okay, how about we just throw everything in there, huh? Right into the gup. Fucking shit fucker. Well, I've installed this correctly, and I've done these before. If I can get it to not... What the hell? What? I don't ever remember hearing that. It is bumping it, but I don't ever remember. It would be nice if it would spin for me, so I can see if it's going to be a sound that I hear the whole time. I don't ever remember hearing that. I mean, it's definitely working, but I don't remember ever hearing that. It's definitely spinning freely. I just hope that detent doesn't fall off again. Yeah, don't know. We're gonna slam it and jam it, I guess. Yep. And hope that that's okay. As I said, the only thing in there is that preloaded detent, and these should be out at what they're supposed to be. Find out tomorrow. Engine bolts back into the John Deere over there. Try not to have too much post-nasal drip here if I can find my extensions. I already had a 15mm on the end of that one, huh? All dilled. So, because these are, I'm guessing UH. I don't know what UH is, honestly. I think they're either grade 8 or grade 5. But the foot-pounds is somewhere around 60 foot-pounds, if I remember, without looking. And usually, you know, you just want to make sure that you get these tight, and they're not going to wobble out. A lot of people don't put the Loctite on them, and you can do what you want to do, but You know, these are locking bolts technically, and I would probably consider them serviceable bolts to some extent, just because, you know, some point or another, because it's a Briggs and Stratton, you will probably be pulling. Not to saying that it doesn't happen with the Kohlers. It's like being an angry Ford fan, or a Chevy fan, when you're really a Dodge fan. Which, you know, if we could just all get together and realize that we all hate Toyota anyways, but they seem to build, I got way too much Loctite on that. They seem to build, someone will be angry at me about that later. Probably me. Hopefully I don't have to pull this one back out. Toyota does seem to build a pretty decent engine though, don't they? And I'll just start these by hand. And then if you want to drive them up with, I think I got that. Oh. There isn't a whole lot of option as far as mounting goes, except you don't want to put it in that one. However, there we go. Alright. You do want to make sure that you get them threaded in there enough that you're not going to strip the crap out of it. They aren't the easiest to put in, but I don't want to bump my head around here, so we'll be back when we're done getting these in here. Into the Briggs and Stratton manual, when you do the mathematications, it was 64 foot-pounds. So I had to bring out the bigger guy, because the little guy just can't chug along at this. The little guy maxes out, which is disappointing. Oh, look. Oh, there. Little guy maxes out at around 30 foot-pounds. So, button down. I put the pulley back in there and fill it up with some oil. Got to put a oil filter on it. I might as well just throw a service in for him. I will do a fuel filter, because that fuel filter looks like it's never been changed, or hasn't been changed in a very long time. What's funny is, when you're watching some of my other videos, you'll hear me complaining about looking for my clamps, fuel clamps, and there they are. So I guess I need to buy a second set when I end up stuffed with a repair like this for an extended period of time. So we're going to put, and I know someone's gonna be angry at me, but I do the same thing here. I'm gonna put a little red Loctite on the end of that. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna put red Loctite on it. I would rather have somebody struggle to get it out. We'll put some Never Seas up in here too. Put a little, do that right now, so I can make a mess all over my hands and get it on the belts. That way, if somebody ever has to go in here and service this rust bucket. These are pretty good for not rusting, but some of the other ones. But it just makes somebody mad that got it all over their hands. And but I'm sure if they're a reasonable mechanic or monkey wrencher, they will appreciate the added Never Seas. And the only reason I put a dab on the end of these is because, and when I say dab, I mean, you know, a dab. My dab's different than your dab. Just like my pole's different than your pole. Just to kind of lock it in there, you know. I don't remember if this was 15 millimeter too, but and I honestly don't know. Nope, see, look. It's not 15. It's not 15. My knee is killing me. So I usually don't torque these down. I just ram them home. I put them in there. Let's see if gravity doesn't catch me here. Physics and all that good stuff with that hood. This would just give me a better angulation, since I don't have a table to drive it up onto, and I have to bend under it all the time anyway. I just want to make sure you get your belt around that. Oh, my knuckle. Lay in precarious ways, because that's the easiest way to make all this. Yeah. Don't fall back down. Come here, Bolt. Come here, Bolty. Really should have brought the impact with me. Like I said, I'm sure there's a torque pound that these are supposed to be. But for me, it is whatever the end of this. Yeah, well, that's not gonna work very well. Aye. That tight. That's how tight I make that. So, thus concludes most of the menagerie with this guy. I gotta put the cover back on it. I gotta go up and eat breakfast. I haven't eaten breakfast yet. I bring the lift down here slowly and gingerly, hopefully, to put the deck back on. Make sure your brackets aren't going to hang up on you. And the bow tie club. The bow tie club. I'll probably squeeze this up like somebody else did. Did I need to put it in between there? Yeah. And bump the like. Bump it. Hopefully that was clear on both sides. It's not. Really? Exactly. Oh, where'd that come off of? That came off of something. was out in the bottom of the EV. I think that was on the bottom of the, I gotta look at the chart now. I think that was on the bottom of the, could have been laying there. Unfortunately, when you don't clean up your garage as often as you should, crap. I don't think it was, but that could have been a, what was that off? Looks like it was off the, it's either off the deck or off the bottom of the, nah, ain't no way it's off the bottom of that. I think it's off the, oh, it fell off the deck. Good God. I literally just had it in my hand, didn't I? I need food. Your brain is not functioning. You know, Edie. And I just have this in my hand? Ah, that didn't come off there, did it? I guess it did. Huh? I don't know. I can't see anything. Yeah, that's pretty sure that goes on there, right? So, let's grab an oil filter, 485. Excuse me. I want to go back through these videos and I hear all the bad habits that I have, the post-nasal drip, the clearing my throat, the burping. So this had like 200 and some hours on it. Guess I'm going to need to at least get it in a position where I can sort of turn on the ignition to see how many. 284.8. So 284.8. We're just going to say that it is 12/1/22, even though it's a couple days away. Put my initials in case I get another employee that is required to put a smiley face on it. We're going to put 10W30 in it. And I will write on here somewhere that is not removable, usually on the valve cover, what I've done to it. So someone else that ends up in here can see what's been done. I used to, at one point in my life, I would put a label on the inside of the hood there, but what I found was people would remove that. fuel delivery issue, but definitely has a little bit of a guess we can measure the revolutions on that too, make sure that that governor is operating correctly. It sounds correct. I don't really have any grass to mow, but I do believe we've resolved this issue. So I'm going to take a quick video on my cell phone and load it up to the YouTubes. And this was a complete cluster for a pretty cheap part, which is the cam gear, but hopefully he'll get another. Hey, it's, maybe it could be that I don't have the air filter in there either, so it's breathing a little bit easier than it normally would. And yeah, thanks to I think we'll give him a new one as one of those as well. I have one laying around. Just to add it to the bill. Well, all right.